All right, let's talk about English conditionals. You know, those if-then sentences. We're going to start with the easiest one, the bedrock, really. It's called the zero conditional, and it's all about things that are 100% true.
So, let me ask you something kind of weird. What on earth do boiling water and your mood in the morning have in common? I know, it sounds totally random, right? But stick with me, because by the end of this, it's all going to make perfect sense.
All right, so first things first, what even is this zero conditional? Well, the clue is right there on the screen. It's the always true conditional. This is the one we use for stuff that just is. Facts, certainties, no doubt about it.
And here's the definition. It's actually super simple. We use the zero conditional for situations where one thing always causes another. It's pure cause and effect. You know, if this thing happens, then that thing is a guaranteed result. Every single time. No exceptions. It's basically the grammar of certainty.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. The first big way we use this is for universal facts. We're talking about things that are always true, for everyone, everywhere, no debate.
And where do we see this all the time? Science! I mean, the zero conditional is pretty much the perfect way to talk about the laws of nature, right? Physics, chemistry, all that stuff where the outcome is totally predictable.
So for example, remember that question about boiling water? Well, here you go. If you heat water, it boils. This isn't, a suggestion or a maybe. It's a rock-solid scientific fact. The condition? Heating water. The result? It boils. Always.
And here's another one. You get purple if you mix red and blue paint. Again, it doesn't matter if you're an artist in Paris or a kid in Tokyo. You mix red and blue, you get purple. It's a universal truth, a totally guaranteed outcome.
All right, but this isn't just for scientists in a lab. Let's bring it back to you. The zero conditional is awesome for talking about things that are always true for you personally. Let's make it a bit more relatable.
So we're shifting from these big universal facts to our own little truths. Our habits, our routines. Just think for a second about the little cause and effect things that happen in your life every day.
And hey, remember the other half of that first question about your morning mood? Well, here it is. If I don't get a good night's sleep, I can't concentrate very well the next day. See? That's a personal truth. For this person, not sleeping well is the condition, and the guaranteed result is they can't concentrate. It's their own personal, predictable fact.
Okay, last big category. This one is all about rules and consequences. The zero conditional is absolutely key for talking about rules and laws, where if you do something, there's a guaranteed, non-negotiable outcome.
And this is everywhere, right? Think about rules at work, traffic laws, you name it. The logic is always super simple. If you do this, then this happens. It's clear-cut, no gray areas.
Here's a classic example for you. If you don't buy a train ticket and get caught, you get a fine. So the condition is getting caught without a ticket. And the result? A fine. It's not a you might get a fine, it's the rule. It's a perfect example of how the zero conditional explains a system with guaranteed consequences.
So, okay, we've covered the why. Now let's talk about the how. And the best part? The formula for building these sentences is super, super easy.
Here's the key, and it's really this simple. Both parts of the sentence, the if part and the result part, just use the present simple tense. That's literally it. If, present simple, then present simple. It's clean, it's consistent, you can't really mess it up.
And another cool thing is how flexible it is. You can flip the sentence around and it still means the exact same thing. You can say, if I sleep badly, I am grumpy in the morning. Or you can say, I am grumpy in the morning if I sleep badly. The meaning doesn't change one bit. Just remember that little comma if you start with if.
And that pretty much wraps it up. So we've seen how the zero conditional works for big scientific facts, for your own personal truths, and for official rules. So I'll leave you with a little something to think about. What's a zero conditional rule in your life? If I do this, then this always happens. Give it some thought. Thanks for tuning in.